What's up, y'all? I made a post yesterday that said I have 5 children, 4 baby daddies, 3 degrees, 2 nonprofits, and 1 mouth to tell y'all to mind y'all business. And I just want to clear something up. I wasn't angry. I wasn't upset because anybody had said something to me or said something about me, because most of y'all know better. So I wasn't angry about that. But I made that post for every woman that has children that don't all have the same father, and because of that you feel like you're not worthy enough to be somebody's wife. You feel like you don't deserve to be somebody's queen. I made that post for every 11 and 12-year-old that already has a child, and in their heads, the world and their community has convinced them that because they are 11 and 12 and they already have a child, that all they'll ever be is a baby mama, on welfare, a thought, a slut, or whatever other names that y'all like to call these little girls who get pregnant at 11 and 12. So I didn't make the post because somebody said something to me or somebody offended me. I made it to encourage those group of people, those single mothers with children that don't all have the same fathers, and those little girls who are now mothers and feel like they are not enough. I made the post for them because, see, being a parent, whether you are married, a single parent, or your children don't have the same father, that does not define you. That's not all that encompasses you. So I made the post to encourage them. I didn't make the post to brag or to boast or for accolades, because I don't need that from anybody. I get that from me because I know that I am enough. As a woman with 5 children, with 4 fathers, I know that I'm still enough. I know that I'm still a queen. I know that I still deserve to be someone's wife, and I won't settle for anything less than that. So that's why I made the post. And it amazes me the way we tear down our youth. Never mind the adults, but it amazes me how we tear down our youth. I was asked, me and a group of other people was asked a question before. There was a woman who had 7 children and she had 7 different fathers. And so the question was asked, what do you call a woman who has 7 children from 7 different men? You know, everybody had their own answers. Oh, she's a hoe, she's a slut, she this and that. But my response was, I would call that woman no less than what I would call the men who got her pregnant. She didn't lay down and get pregnant by herself. So why is she the one that holds the sole responsibility for being a woman with 7 children from 7 different men? What about them? Because they participated. So why would I call her anything less than I would call them? So back to what I was saying originally. I made the post to encourage every woman who has children that don't have the same father, to encourage every 11 and 12-year-old little girl who has a child at that age, and y'all have convinced them that they will be nothing but that. A thought, a slut, fast or grown, or whatever it is that you want to label them as. That's all y'all have to offer them. No, I bet you none of you asked them how did they get pregnant. Prime example. When I was younger in school, there was an 11-year-old girl that was pregnant from a man that was in his 40s. And I thought, why isn't her community in an outrage right now? As a child, I was mad that an 11-year-old girl was pregnant from a 40-something-year-old man, and nobody in her neighborhood felt like it was a big deal. And I always wondered about that little girl. So later on, I found out that this same little girl had 2 children by the time she was 13 from this 40-something-year-old man, and nobody in the community felt like it was a big deal. Nobody went to jail. Nobody was held accountable. And I always thought about this little girl. So one day, a letter comes in our mailbox and it has this little girl's name on it. By this time, she had to be like 14 or 15. Her address was similar to ours, so her mail, she was writing home, but her mail came to our mailbox. And the saddest thing about that is she was writing from DJJ. And if you're not from South Carolina, DJJ is the Department of Juvenile Justice. And I thought, dang, it just hit me all over again. It crushed me all over again to think that maybe for her, jail is more safer than her home. Maybe for her, jail offers more protection than her own community. Because at 14 or 15, the mother of 2 children by a man that's 40-something years old in her community, and all the people in her community knows about it and nothing is done, maybe jail is a better place for her. And even now, that bothers me. So don't get it twisted. Nobody said anything to me. Nobody offended me. Actually, it's kind of hard to offend me because I'm all right with me. I'm all right with all the decisions that I've made. You know, I'm still enough. With everything that I've ever done, good, bad, or indifferent, I am still enough, and I know that. But stuff like that still bothers me because we'll sit on our high horses and we'll talk about these people, but we don't offer them any encouragement. We don't offer them any help, but we are so quick to place judgment and labels on them. So that's why I made the post. Not because anybody was brave enough to offend me or say anything to me or about me. And even if they did, I don't even address that type of stuff because it's petty. Because I know that I'm enough. So why would I even care when somebody thinks different? Because I know that I'm enough. So who cares what they think? But I just made that post to encourage somebody else and to let them know that I don't care how many children you have, that is not the total sum of who you are. So don't let anybody else convince you that because you have kids at 11 or 12, or you grown and you have children that don't have the same father, that somehow you are not worthy of love, that you are not worthy to be someone's queen, that you are not worthy to be the only one. Because see, being number one is no fame to claim. Because if number 5 gets HIV, guess what? Number 1, or what y'all call the main chick, is going to get HIV too. So I wouldn't be bragging that I'm the main chick, because there's no fame in that. All it is embarrassment, trust issues, and STDs. That's it. So if you want to brag about getting STDs and stuff like that, then go ahead and boast about being somebody's main chick. But there's no fame in that. And at the end of the day, like I said before, I don't care how many children you have and how many fathers there are that are involved. You are still enough. You still deserve to be loved. You still deserve to be someone's queen. And don't let anybody tell you different. I don't care if you are 12 or 21 and you have children. You still are enough. And if more people will tell these little girls stuff like that, I believe that there wouldn't be so many of them that are so promiscuous. I believe that there wouldn't be so many of them feeling like that's the only way that someone will show them love. So instead of y'all placing judgment and stuff on people, how about encourage them? How about do that? Try that for a change. Let's see how that works in the community. Peace. Tell them Lyric sent you.